Hello friends, welcome back to our channel with another exciting video regarding the basic concepts of genetics. Kindly like, share, comment and of course subscribe our channel for more such content. Stay tuned and watch the video till the end.
Hello everyone, welcome to SS Biology class. Through this video we'll come to learn about the basic concept of the genetics. The simple looking molecule holds the mystery of life. We need to understand the DNA molecule in and out, and for this we need to dig through the history from the beginning. Now let me make it more interesting. Imagine this one single plant that has potato in its root and tomato in its shoot. Do you think is this possible? Of course it is possible. This is called as pomato plant. Now, can you even imagine a glowing mice often exist? Yes, they do. The concept of the fluorescent mice is no longer friction because they are transgenic mice. Now, have you ever noticed that there are certain codes for running the computer? Similarly, there are specific codes for running our body. And if there is any change in these codes, a miraculous results can be obtained, just like the pomato plant and the transgenic mice. So the study of all these wonderful concepts is nothing but genetics. So several questions may strike in your mind, like why human being gives birth to human being only? Why not a guava tree? Or a guava tree gives birth to guava tree, why not a dog? Or why dog gives birth to puppy, and so on. You may say due to nature. Okay, even if human gives birth to human, then why they are not exactly alike? Why you are not exactly the same copy of your parents? What makes us different from our parents? So many questions pop up in your minds, and the solution to them is nothing but genetics, which is a branch of biology that deals with heredity and variation. And the term genetics was coined by William Bateson in the year 1905. Now let us understand what heredity is. Now here in this picture we have a happy family. Now if you see this picture, the son has some features just like his dad, that is eye color and ear shape that looks like his dad, and some features he has acquired from his mother, that is hair color and the height that looks same as his mother. So the tendency of offspring to resemble their parents or passing of the traits or the characters from parents to offspring is nothing but heredity. Now let me explain what trait or character exactly means. Here in the first picture you may see that the daughter has brown eye color just like his father, whereas her mother has green eye color. So eye color is character, whereas green and brown color is the trait. Similarly, height is the character, tall or short is the trait. Now let me tell you one thing. If this boy and girl has inherited the trait from their parents, then why they are not the exact copy of either of their parent? Why they look slightly different from both? The answer lies in the term variation, which is nothing but a tendency of the offspring to vary from their parents. The differences that makes an organism different from their parents. Now have a look at this picture. The first picture belongs to the Frank family, where the two sisters Margaret and Anna look slightly different from their parents, although they have acquired some of the features or the characters from their parents, but they are not exact copy of either of their parents. Whereas in second picture you can see Hitler and his father, where they also vary slightly. Now have you ever thought who has solved the mystery of genetics? Let's have a glance in the birth from the pioneering work on the garden pea, that is the Pisum sativum, which was given by Gregor Johann Mendel in the 19th century, who was an Austrian monk and often known as the father of genetics. Now, one of the interesting fact about him was that he was a great mathematician. So, while working in the garden pea, Mendel has observed that the pea plant with one particular trait gave rise to the plants with the same trait. That is, for example, plants with the white color flower gave rise to white color flower, and the plants with the purple color flower gave rise to purple color flower only. So, why this happens? And what will happen if these two were crossed? That is, the purple color flower were crossed with the white color flower, what will be the result? So Mendel decided to carry out the experiment to find the answers to his queries. But before that, let us understand why Mendel chose Pisum sativum, that is the pea plant. Because number one reason is that he required the plant which is perennial and not annual. Secondly, the plant should have small life cycle and easy to grow. And then he also required the contrasting traits that should be easily observable to carry out his experiment. So in all, there were 7 pairs of the contrasting character chosen by Mendel in the pea plant, and here they are. The first character is the Mendel chose was the height of the plant, that is the tall and the short. Second, seed shape, which may be round and wrinkled. Next, seed color, which is yellow and green color. Then we have seed coat color, which is also green and white. Next is the pod shape, which is inflated and constricted. Then we have pod color, which is green and yellow. And the last contrasting trait is the flower position, which is axial and terminal. With these 7 contrasting characters, Mendel began his experiment. So, but before we begin, let us understand what crossing means in detail. Pea plant being bisexual has both the male as well as the female reproductive parts in the same plant. So we can choose the purple flower to be male or white color flower to be female or vice versa. Now the female plant on respective plant is emasculated, that is, male reproductive part is removed. Now let us understand in detail. The anther of the white flower is removed and make sure that the flower will not get self-pollinated. Now this white female flower is dusted with the pollen grains from the purple flower, which is a male flower, which ensures pollination, and the successful fertilization will be ensured when the plants develop flowers. Now let's get back to the Mendel's experiment. What it says, just like other, he also knew that the purple color flower will give rise to purple color flower and the white color flower will give rise to white color flower only. But he was also curious to know that what will happen when the purple color flower were crossed with the white color flower of the pea plant. To his expectation, the result should be intermediate between the purple as well as the white. But to his astonishment, he obtained all the plants in the progeny to be purple color. Unexpected, right? And it doesn't end here. He further crossed the purple color flower from the progeny with each other. He obtained another surprising result. Generally, when the purple flower were crossed amongst each other, we should obtain which color? Most of us think it should be purple color flower, but Mendel in his experiment obtained few plants with the white flower as well. So he obtained plants in the 1:3 ratio, that is 75% plants with the purple color flower and 25% plants with the white color flower. So what were the conclusion he drew? That the inheritance of each trait is determined by the factors now called as the genes. Means the traits which is inherited from one generation to another generation is determined by the factor which was known at that time. Now it is known by the name, that is the genes. Next, an individual inherits one such factor from each parent for the each trait. Like each trait, suppose we take one trait as the eye color. If one parent has blue eye color and the another has a brown eye color, so the individual, the offspring of that parents, the offspring will inherit any one factor from either of their parents. And the last is that a trait may not show up in an individual, but it can still be passed on to the next generation. So with his results of his experiments, Mendel formulated 3 principles of the genetics. The number 1 is the law of dominance, number 2 law of segregation, and the last is the law of the independent assortment, which we'll learn to know in our next video. Till then, thank you.